Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We're here, we're a little tiny bit late, but we're here for the Sorare Game Week Deadline Show. Of course, I'm Quinny, and I'm joined as ever by my co-pilot and as number two, Harry Trades. Harry, good to see you.
What's happening, mate? Sorry, I'm in a little multitasking situation.
Love to see it, mate. Love to see it. It's been a long week, and I'm in that deja vu moment where me and you normally go, oh, it's been a long week. I've hardly seen you, and here we are again.
No.
How's it been for you? What have you been up to?
It's been good, mate. Yeah, just obviously dealing with the little one, as you can probably tell. Had a bit of Mr. Midweek, nothing crazy. Just got a couple of boxes. I should have won All-Star. I had a crazy little sweat last night with there was an Eredivisie playoffs going on, and Calvin Verdonk was my captain. They ended up losing 3-2, but he had, from left back, he had 7 shots. One hit the post. I had him captain. I had my super playing in rare, and yeah, had he got a DA, like he got like 30 AA, but had he got a DA, I probably would have just about maybe scraped a little podium in All-Star. But yeah, it wasn't to be. But yeah, fun to cheer on. And then there's more. Well, there's one more game this weekend for Eredivisie. But yeah, no, just usual. Finished my Challenger Road to Glory. Gave away a ton of cards yesterday. And yeah, continue on with the MLS one. And yeah, nothing too crazy, mate. What about you?
It's been battle stations for me all week. I've been burning the candle at both ends and spinning all the plates and somersaults and jumping off the tightrope and everything as well. But yeah, it's we're here finally, and it's a weird weekend we're coming into, Harry. Me and you were chatting just before coming on about the amount of lineups we've got, and it has fell off a cliff edge from last weekend for sure. We had so many leagues having the last day of the season last week. We've got the last hurrah in Europe this weekend. We've got the MLS, and oh yeah, it's probably a good thing to start off with is the fancy cards that we got. They're the throwback cards. Fucking
Beautiful,
gorgeous, aren't they?
Yeah, they're class. Really cool. I literally didn't have a clue about it, to be fair. Yeah, beautiful. Really, really nice. I've bought a couple myself just to get stuck into the West Coast competition this weekend. Nothing like no crazy teams or anything. I had a bit of market credits left over just to use. So yeah, bought 3 cards there. Yeah, I haven't got any illustrated ones, but they're fucking class. I'm in love with the Diego Luna one. Like, I really want to get one of him when he's gone like this.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
hey, that's probably the best card for me because it actually, like, with the strip, his name as well as the hair and everything, it looks like it's a 90s card, like in every way, shape, or form. You know, like
he's quite old school. Like his shape, his like everything about him is quite old school. So yeah, I love that one. There's a couple of other really cool ones. I like the Mihailovic one when he's holding the ball because that's the only one I think with a ball in his hand. Yeah, there's a couple other ones I think are decent. The Dane Sinclair one's a bit of he's been shafted a little bit, I think. Bless him.
Yeah.
But yeah, so were you surprised Messi didn't get one over Suarez or not?
Not particularly, no. I think it's the whole. I think with the illustrated thing, it's the cool poses they can do. Messi's not really got cool poses, or iconic celebration unless he's taking his shirt off and holding it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like Suarez, Buanga, someone else has got some funny action with their hands and all that.
I know Zaha's doing something, isn't he, with his mouth? Maybe I don't know if that's the one you're on about, but
no, it was. I'm thinking like something. Portland, maybe. Da Costa, is it him? I don't know. Evander's got a cool one. Is Evander holding the shirt out like that? Is that Evander?
Yeah, Evander's doing something. Yeah.
So yeah, Alonso Martinez for NYC's got one, and Lucho Acosta's got one. And if you've looked at both of them, mate, you'd have to double take them to know they're illustrated because it's the same as the card, but they've just like
nothing's changed.
It's the same picture type. Right. Cartooned it, so
they've just AI'd it, haven't they?
They're a bit meh, And side note, if so they're listening, by the way, Matt Freeze doesn't have a picture yet. So I've still got Matt Freeze in the packet. And then for this competition, he's not got a card at all because whatever.
I feel like that happens every year with Matt Freeze. I'm not even exaggerating. Like, I swear he's always super late for some reason. And I don't understand why.
I think it happened before. I think you're right. I think when
I'm sure it happened once or twice before, yeah.
Yeah, that rings a bell. I never thought about that till right now, but yeah. So get that sorted. So there, get that sorted, because we've got West Coast, we've got East Coast. You only need 3 of these cards, and you can pair them up with classics or in seasons, whatever you fancy. But then for the next one, you need all 5 to be in season. And if you're not issuing some goalkeepers out and stuff like that, that's going to be fucking tough to get a team together.
Yeah, no, yeah, I probably won't get stuck into that unless I somehow craft one or whatever. But yeah, that does make that stifles it. But there's a competition. The midweek one can't be 5, is it? it's like the grand final one would be 5, I think. Yeah.
So midweek is East Coast.
Yeah.
So it's just the reverse of what we've got there. And I just got a notification on my phone. I thought it was kind of funny just because of something
Go
that's
on.
recently, but Disney Plus.
Yeah.
The broadcasting rights to the Women's Champions League. It's just a wee notification in there.
Random.
So they've spent their Disney dollars and now they gave us $50 and now they're trying to go get some more or whatever. So that's Freeze Matt Freeze, yeah, of course. Mikey Basson, of course. It could be one of them. But yeah, tons of good stuff. Marco Royce is a cool one as well. Benteke's got a cool one. I'm with you on that, guys. The chat is on fire. Get the fist bumps going. Smash the like button if you haven't done so already. As you guys know already, Sorare own and control the internet. They know what me and Harry are saying, even if they're not present. So hopefully we'll get some Matt Freeze cards. But they also know that you're here getting ready for the game week, and they love the content from me and Harry. They want to see you supporting the show. They want to see you subscribing to both channels. And if you haven't done that already, we are all screwed. It's the last game week for Europe. In some form, some of Europe have obviously had its last week already. And this week, Harry, in Europe, we need all the luck we can get, man, because how many goalkeepers are 50-50, 60-40? I've lost count. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, it really is, mate. Like a stupid amount, actually. But couple I'm on like a good, well, not a couple. One I might be on a good side too, like the Mamadashvili one. Like potentially they'll go with Stoll in goal for the final game. Obviously, players who are going to be there next season type of thing. But then I don't know. But then did Mama get like a standing ovation or anything last game? Because otherwise, he did he?
Last game they were at home. This is away today.
Right,
this weekend.
got you. Yeah, so you're right. Away to Betis. It's actually tonight. Yeah. Away to Betis tonight. So, okay, fair enough. That makes me feel a bit better then. So yeah, he probably does end up playing. And yeah, I've got an in-season one of him. So yeah, he'll be getting utilised. But yeah, other than that, yeah, a lot of my goalies like are just all over the place. It's a fucking nightmare.
Can I make you a wee bit paranoid about Dimitrievski? Because I'm a wee bit paranoid about him.
Is it the Domesh or whatever? Yeah, he's leaving, isn't he?
He's leaving. And,
yeah.
He's like club captain, kind of technically still, or whatever. So,
yep.
Nervous about that.
Yeah, I'm not like married to the idea that I have to like get him to play type of thing, but like it would be nice if he. Yeah, I mean, in fairness, our football fantasy doesn't even have Domesh's name on. It just got Dimitrievski and Mamadashvili 50-50.
Just a wee paranoia, a wee bit afraid.
I saw it on, I think it's on Predictify actually. That's why I even knew about it. I wouldn't have known otherwise. Obviously, you've got a bit more La Liga knowledge than me, but
it came on the pitch after the game last week. And
got you
and all that. And I was like, crap, forgot about that.
Yeah, this is dodgy. That's funny
for sure. But yeah, where to go from here? Where to start? Oh, that was the next thing I wanted to say, because with all this in mind, Harry, there's actually a really interesting strategy detail this week. We've got the return of Arena. We've got a new kind of thing with the golden arenas where it's going to be 5% of entries will be golden or something like 5% of all the rest of it. But as you probably know already, maybe most people listening know, maybe not everyone, but there's also late entry arena. Now, this isn't rolling lock kind of thing. This is, late entry, so enter when you want, whatever. If you late enter, you will be entered with other people who late entered. So, for example, with the Valencia stack, maybe I don't play them. Maybe I wait for the team to come out and then arena them, knowing who's playing, etc. Once the team is submitted, you can't change it. If you do submit a team into arena, I say there's no rolling locks, there's no rotating the team or anything. Once the deadline's in, your team is in. But you can submit a team after the deadline whenever you want. But again, when the team's submitted, it's submitted. So if you do have some team stacks and you're not too sure how some things are going to shake out, maybe, if you're an arena junkie anyway, maybe keeping them back and wait for team sheets to come out as an option. But you'll only be against people that are probably doing the same thing. So, as long as if it gives you a massive edge, it just means that you're going to have a team that plays. You're not worried about the DNP element or whatever. So, yeah, just a wee interesting, kind of crease interesting wee detail. But where we always start the show off, of course, is with the matchups tab. We want to see the main movers and shakers who are going to be the runners and riders, the heavy hitters, the big swingers coming into the game week. And we spoke about, I see Napoli right at the top there. We've spoken about this for the last couple of weeks. We've talked about the Croatian title run-in. That is going all the way to the wire. And there's a few other bits and pieces lying around as well. And yeah, we're seeing some of that right at the top of the matchups tab this weekend. Yeah, that's no problem, Harry. So we've got Istanbul Basashakir up the top there. I'm not too sure what they're playing for, but Adama Demirspor are obviously languishing. USG Ghent. And then we've got Napoli, the aforementioned, of course, at home at the Diego Armando Maradona Stadium. And the tickets for this, I don't know if he's heard it, but 45,000 Napoli fans were on waiting online to get tickets for this one, because it's like last game of the season at home within their grasp. You know, Inter Milan are still pushing for the title, but Inter Milan need Napoli to drop points. And hey, like, if you know anything about Napoli at home in this type of fixture, Antonio Conte, Lukaku, and the rest of the gang, it's just very unlikely they take their eye off the prize here. Milan at home to Napoli could be interesting. We've got Zenit there against Akmat, Zagreb, Fener, of course, as we mentioned as well, before we get into some Ligue 2 stuff. Club Brugge, Antwerp, Moscow are playing. Arsenal, Southampton is an interesting one, being away from home. Southampton dead and buried. Arsenal not really playing for much other than maybe a wee bit of glory. Leganés are in a real relegation shootout with someone else. They need to beat Valladolid. And I seen Sorare Probabilities did a wee promotion thing where they tweeted out some free intel. I think that's a subscription-based site. And Leganés were up there as the top defensive stacks for the weekend. So Valladolid don't score much. They're dead and buried. Leganés at home, got a lot to play for. That could be an interesting one to see. Newcastle fighting for Champions League. They're at home at Everton. Bournemouth, Leicester, Espanyol. I think Espanyol are fighting relegation still. Las Palmas, Espanyol are pretty safe, but I don't think there's much jeopardy around it. But they still need to just get over the line. Las Palmas dead and buried. Rijeka against Slaven. Now this is funny. Liverpool Palace, Harry, if you're back with us, is a little Charity Shield preview. FA Cup winners versus Premier League winners. It's trophy day for Liverpool as well. So this might, you know, it's on the telly, and there's many more games in the Premier League that have something on it that aren't on the telly, which is just a wee bit weird. But Liverpool will get the trophy. It will be the kind of the pageant game, as it were. But Palace being FA Cup holders coming into this as well. Now, this could be quietly, and I mean anticipation-wise, quietly, this could be one of the most exciting games in the Premier League this weekend, perhaps. Both teams nothing to really lose, and it's just a bit of showpiece effort, isn't it?
I think so, yeah, because there's quite a few, obviously, Liverpool players like potentially leaving. Palace, like you said, have obviously won the cup and stuff, so they'll be buzzing. Yeah, I think it could just, I think you could be right. I think it could just be like a fucking free-for-all shootout of some sort. Like, you know, your Luis Diaz's might be like, there's certain players that are just on the fringes of, you know, could be getting a transfer, could be their last game, never mind last home game. So, yeah, I've got a feeling that could be. I'm hoping it's quite high scoring, to be fair, from a forward perspective. Yeah, I think you could be right there. That could be an interesting one.
I think it's Salah season. You know, last time Liverpool won the league, there was COVID times, no fans in the stadium, whereas this time the place is beyond sold out, you know. So Salah signing on, he's in hero mode now. Get Seattle up next there with Dallas. Real Madrid, Ancelotti's last game against Sociedad, and it's the last game for Imanol, the Sociedad manager, which is fucking brilliant. But there's a campaign, I don't know if you've seen this, right? I only know this because I caught it on Football Fantasy. They wrote an article about it. But there's like some sort of campaign on the go for Imanol to do an Atletico Bilbao in this game and play like only graduates of the club all the way through the team. So like no Kubo, no Braze, no Aguerd, no Aramburu, like only play the guys that have came through the academy thing. So I don't know if he'll do it personally, but people are pushing him to do it. There's like a little kind of thing about that. So not looking forward to that personally. And then we kind of get into the weeds beyond that. How are you feeling with the matchups tab here? What jumps out to you, Harry?
Yeah, you're right. You're right on the well, I say you're right. I've got the Leganés keeper, and I know you do as well. I've had him for a few weeks, so yeah, I've been waiting for this final game of the season type of thing. I think the Club Brugge one's really interesting from Challenger. I think USG is like, I know it's up there for a reason, but like Ghent have just like thrown the towel in. Like they're just getting battered by everyone. It's just embarrassing actually. So that could be like a cricket score genuinely now. Like if they go full strength, USG, and then because I think they've won the league already. I don't think Club Brugge can catch them like even outside of the playoffs and stuff. Anything else challenger wise? Espanyol's an interesting one in Champ against Las Palmas. Rijeka maybe, but Slaven aren't. I mean, they're not great, but they always seem to just fucking pop up with goals and stuff. Zaragoza maybe, but nothing crazy. Villarreal last game for Baena potentially. Besiktas, not terrible. Copenhagen, Nordsjælland, that could be quite interesting. Lazio, and then like a title push against Napoli, or is that?
It's like European spots for Lazio and Roma.
Got you. And they obviously play Lecce. I don't know. Yeah, Salzburg, Rapid Vienna, and then we're getting into some bits
Salzburg
of MLS.
are in a title push as well. Salzburg are pushing for the
Salzburg, yeah. San Diego, obviously LA Galaxy. Charleroi could just stick 10 on Leuven because they've just thrown the towel in as well. This is the Conference League playoff, AZ versus 20. They both played last night, or yesterday, sorry. And then, we're into the 50 percenters. Gala might completely rotate. Fenner the same, like it's all just done. Fenner can't be caught. They can't catch Gala. Atalanta fixtures pretty nice, I'd say, at home in Champ against Parma. Other than that, I mean, we're getting into the weeds of it then. But no, it's going to be interesting. There's still a decent amount of bits going on in each competition. Like Champ still has three leagues open. It just obviously doesn't have Bundesliga and Liga 1. But obviously we don't have Scottish League, do we? In Contender. Okay, They can win the league. Sorry, Zhao. Yeah, okay. So they're both, USG have to go for it as well then. Got you.
Could be good
That's,
for them.
5 goals for Franjo, please. Thank you.
Not asking much, are we? Not asking much. There's a bunch of these here, guys. I've not caught the fist bumps because we were a wee bit behind schedule, but love to see you all here. Fist bumps on arrival, of course. There's about 100 of you on YouTube already. There's a bunch of you on Twitter and on Twitch. Wherever you are, please do jump into the comment sections. It will pop up on screen for us here, and we'll get all the latest intel up on screen for everyone who's competing this game week as well. And wherever you're watching it, please do hit the like button, share it into group chats or Discords or whatever you're into, whatever. Just does a lot to support the show and means we get more Sorare scouts and managers in the house. And the more Sorare scouts and managers in the house, the better the intel we get into the chat to make sure we have all of our teams cooking coming into this one. We'll start with the Premier League because we normally do. I think there's still, despite the title being wrapped up, I think is relegation all done and dusted as well. I don't think there's anything to be decided at the bottom, is there? There's actually still a bit to be played for when it comes to the other places in the table. So it's still quite exciting. Leicester, Ipswich, Southampton, of course, all confirmed. And it's all about the European spots. The first game we've got on screen is Bournemouth, Leicester. How you feeling about this one? Your housing should be a good one for this.
Yeah, well, he'll end up going off only probably as like a standing ovation situation at like whatever 60th or something. So I'll be honest, man, I haven't really found a place for him, if I'm being honest. João Pedro's been bombed. He must have had a scrap with Van Heck a few days ago because he wasn't in the squad for the last game as well. I don't know. Like I just saw a quote then. Iriola said like it's important they finish top 10 or something. So I don't think like there'll be a ton of rotation. They got battered by City, I think, like performance wise. But Brooks came on apparently and did pretty well. I think I saw in the comments. So hopefully, I'm definitely going to load up my Brooks somewhere. But you'd like to think Housen could get a decent score in maybe 60 minutes or so.
The clean sheet bonus and take it to the bench for him.
Yeah, I think he'll take his 10 grand probably and shoot off to Madrid. A little win, a little clean sheet win bonus. But I think this if you can get it right, this could be the matchup of the week in the Prem.
Yeah, Leicester dead and buried and not been impressive by any stretch in many metrics. So there's both of those teams. We've got Fulham who are looking to keep Bournemouth out of the top 10, hosting Man City. This is the Fulham team on screen here. Man City currently in pole position to finish in the Champions League positions and third on 68 points. But Newcastle, Chelsea, Villa and Forest all within touching distance and have all got a lot to play for on this one. So Fulham will definitely be coming against a highly motivated Man City. Kevin De Bruyne, of course, on the farewell parade also. Looks like Nico Gonzalez is going to start this one as well. That's a really strong City team, isn't it? Looking at that back four and adding Nico Gonzalez into the picture. Guardiola, Diaz, Akanji, Nunez, like that's a bunch of men, isn't it? Like big guys,
Yeah, it'll be a good game. This, I honestly don't know how it goes. I don't think City walk all over them though. But Fulham are respectable.
How good was Marmoush's goal last week?
Oh my god, ridiculous! It's just when they just bounce up perfectly and you just hit it sweetly. Like it was just, you couldn't have asked for better timing on that unbelievable finish.
He was definitely watching Harry Trade's highlights from Anfield, wasn't he?
Yeah, It's his screensaver on his phone. I heard. Still
Loving it.
picture of the strike.
So yeah, Omar Marmoush out there doing the Harry Trades tribute act. Kevin De Bruyne, Haaland, Bernie Silva as a good kind of attack compliment there, isn't it? And yeah, Ederson looks likely to start this one. Should be good. Don't know if there's any clean sheets in this one. Like you say, don't think it's a walkover, one-way traffic or anything. But City highly motivated. Ipswich dead and buried. This is their team on screen here. Looks like they're keeping Delap and Cotton Wool so they can sell him. Leif Davis is back. Otherwise, not much else to say about them. Playing West Ham.
Yeah, tough one to call, isn't it? With relegation looming.
West Ham currently 1 point ahead of Man United, 2 points ahead of Tottenham. And if they were to win this, they could jump over Wolves as well. So it's a kind of funny bottom half of the Premier League table this year in terms of who's down there and what they've been up to and whatever. So it's kind of weird that West Ham are above those teams considering everything that's went on and all the rest of it. Maybe not Man United, but hey-ho. The goalkeeper's 55-45. Everyone else looks to be quite nailed on. Maybe Guido Rodriguez at 60-40 with Fulkrug is something to watch out for. I don't know, when I looked at this yesterday when I was doing lineup building, Harry, I thought JWP, Jared Bowen, it could be big scores in a game like this for them.
Yeah, 100%.
If Wan-Bissaka on the left as well has been scoring well.
Yeah, he's been churning AA, hasn't he? Yeah, Bowen, maybe Kudus, yeah, Wan-Bissaka. There's a little Andy Black stack in here somewhere, isn't there?
For sure. You know, we were running that somewhere for 100%. The Charity Shield warm-up match, of course, Liverpool on Trophy Day are going balls to the wall, full strength. Luis Diaz is on a bit of a 50-50 with Jota and Nunes, must be said. Or maybe with Gakpo and somebody else playing out wide or whatever. But I think the rest of the team pretty much picks itself. No McAllister, but otherwise it's who you'd expect.
Mm-hmm.
Trent comes off the bench for a standing ovation, do you think? Or what's happening with that?
There's no way he doesn't not play, does he, in some capacity? That would just be mental, I think. But yeah, I think you're right. Probably off the bench.
I'm surprised. I thought they'd start him and take him off, like to the...
Yeah. I don't know. It's a weird one. Like, really weird one. I genuinely don't know what's going on there. Like, I don't know whether Liverpool know they're going to get a lot of stick if they play him type of thing, like start him because Bradley just signed a new deal and obviously he's going to be there for the long term. I don't know. That's a weird one, actually. But surely there's no way he doesn't like play minutes. I'd be very shocked.
Yeah, same. It feels like that would be a bit of a faux pas, wouldn't it? It'd be one of those kind of, I don't think that would go down well with many football fans in general, just like etiquette,
Right.
And then the Palace team looks pretty good. It's not full strength, but I think there's some changes. What is full strength for Palace, I guess, there's, they do well to rotate the different profiles of guys they've got. This Essa guy has been all right, I'm pretty sure, since his move up from the Championship. Obviously, Sar's nailed in his spot. Kamada's not been ever present, but has been playing the last couple. But yeah, good-looking Palace team. And this is attack versus attack, isn't it?
I hope so, yeah. I'm loading up my Luis Diaz in my best team. So yeah, I'm hoping there's goals.
One of the big questions of the weekend is what Man United shows up to this one. Will the fans even show up? Who knows? Will Amarin be there? Probably. But dejected and kicked in the teeth. What is on this game for them? Not very much. They won't want to get mugged off at home off of Villa, of course. But if you watch the Europa League final, Harry Maguire was their best player. And if... like, do I need to finish that paragraph? I don't know. But... So, yeah, let's see what happens with them. This looks like a bit... does he start Garnacho after the jip and the back chat he's kind of gave into social media after the game? I don't know. They kind of get Minu to sign a deal. Ugarte is kind of in and out. Lindelof get booked from the bench. Bayern during goals. So, weird Man United team. Now, who knows how they'll actually perform on the pitch?
Yeah, no clue. No clue what happens there.
And then they're playing Super John McGinn's Aston Villa, who are... That's the best Aston Villa starting 11 I think I've seen on this page all season. Onana, Boobs is there. McGinn, Asensio, Rogers, all on from the start as well. Ollie Watkins is cool, obviously. Konsa, Pau, Cash, Digne. And maybe the last game at Villa for Emi Martinez, if you read the transfer rumour mill. But yeah, that's a really strong team. They need Champions League football. It's such a big part of the project they've got going on there. They're in 6th at the moment on goal difference and head-to-head, whatever does, split it. And yeah, they've probably got the hardest game out of everyone still fighting to get into the Champions League spots. But It's only on paper. If you've seen Man United play recently, the worst season since 1973 or 78 or something like that. The season they got relegated, would you believe? I've not pumped this trumpet in a while, but I'm on record. I've did my Premier League predictions at the beginning of the season. I had Man United in 13th, I think, maybe 15th. So it's definitely been an abject season for them. Their squad is rank rotten. And Villa really couldn't be more polar opposite from Man United on the pitch, off the pitch right now. So it's the hardest game out of the 4 teams competing, but might not actually be the hardest game as well if they've just chucked it.
Yeah, 100%.
Newcastle and Everton. This will be a bit tougher. You know, Everton kind of proud as punch. I think Everton as well. Can they move up the table? Nah, not by much, actually. They can't actually change. They're going to be in 13th no matter what. So not much going for them. I did hear Ashley Young on the radio this week, but saying that he wants to beat Newcastle to help out Villa. I think it was. He's a Villa guy or whatever. So maybe there's a little bit of something going on in there. Not mega. But we've seen a bit of a change from Newcastle. This 3-4-3 shape seems quite ever-present now over the last couple of games. They're at home. We know what the atmosphere is going to be like at St. James's Park, of course. The cup-winning heroes that they are. Anthony Gordon revenge game. And everyone, like the midfield 4, I know that it's Jacob Murphy Ballon d'Or is the campaign we're running with, but Bruno G, Tonali, and Livramento have all been pretty awesome as well. So, like, the team is lit.
Yeah, finished really strong, haven't they? As a unit, like maybe not Isak himself, but yeah, everyone else, like especially defense, midfield, have been ridiculous.
Yeah, for sure. And Barnes, like you say, there's so many heroes in this team. And this back 3 is the land of the giants, man. Shar, Botman, and Byrne. You know what I mean? Against big DCL. Is he leaving Everton in the summer? Did I hear that? Is he out of contract maybe? Or
I'm not sure.
I'm not too sure.
I know he's the last ever number. Like I've seen something on Twitter, like he's the last ever number 9, obviously to play a good sum for Everton or whatever. But I don't know if that meant like, well, obviously they're moving the stadium, but I don't think he's leaving. But I could be wrong.
Just put the text on screen. All our lineup projections, of course, are powered by Predictify. If you do go and get your own Predictify account, when you create your account, use code Quinny Harry at checkout. Directly supports the channel, the show, yada yada, and gets you probably some Brucey bonuses and stuff like that as well. T's and C's, all that good stuff. But yeah, I don't know why, but I seen I don't know. I seen somebody linked to him, and I thought, well, is he out of a contract or something? I don't know. But this Everton team's actually pretty robust as well. Like I really like the midfield, Doucouré, Ganagay, James Garner. I like the kind of profile of all of them as a 3. The back 4 is quite strong. Ashley Young, whose middle name is Forever, we're now learning. And the reincarnation of Pinar, Dwight McNeil. That's quite a hard opposition for Newcastle, but they're at home and Everton aren't as motivated, you would think. So yeah, I fancy Newcastle to do it there.
Yeah.
Chelsea, this is a funny one. I kind of said other teams have easier games. I think it's a bit easier for like both of these because they're in direct competition with one another. Surely one of them knocks the other one out of contention in this one. And I think the way that Forest season's been, like, I think this is a good game for Forest, you know, like a team versus, and I don't want to kind of dismiss Chelsea too much, but like their season has been like, if no Cole Palmer, no Partey, has been a bit of a vibe. They've not really had a striker all year. Defense has been choppy. You know, so I don't know. I just think Forest are looking really good for this.
Yeah, I've loaded up a couple of my Forest lads in decent places. Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be tight. I don't think it'll be like loads of goals in it, honestly. But there could be a few decent SO5 scores, like all around score wise, maybe. Come out of it. But I don't know. I'm not high on Chelsea away. I don't know. I just got a weird feeling they crumble.
Yeah, I've got that kind of vibe as well. It feels like Maresca. I don't know what he's done or said, but I seen him getting some gyp the other day, and I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it went against Chelsea.
Yeah.
This is the Southampton team that's expected to take on Arsenal. I don't recognise at least 4 of these guys. Wellington, Joachim Kai-Sander, Nathan Wood-Gordon. How many times does Southampton produce double barrel names, by the way? Like it's
weird, isn't it?
They always produce double barrel names out of the academy. And then Ross Stewart up front as well. These are not guys we see on the Deadline show very often. Jack Stevens in a centre-back as well. So, yeah, weird team. Taking on Arsenal, who look to be fielding this lineup. Ricky Calafiore's back. No Saliba or Gabs.
Saliba's injured, to be fair.
Was he? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think he did his hamstring a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, no Rice will be interesting. Or if they do fit him in, how does that look? Havertz is back technically, so again, how does that look with Trossard? And then Wanyeri and Saka. I guess Saka will start, but then Wanyeri probably gets 30, doesn't he? Quite comfortably, depending on how the game goes.
Yeah. It could be a wee quiet 1 or 2-0 for Arsenal, or it could be a banana skin, just with nothing on the line and Southampton playing kids and stuff with a name to make. Tottenham are parading today at some point, the UEFA Cup, pardon me, the Europa League, round about North London, and then they play Brighton at home on Sunday. And looking at the lineup that's projected to play, it's not going to be a showcase for the finalists. Full rotation here. I think the only player that survives is only the midfield duo of Bissouma and Sarr. Everyone else has changed from the Europa League. Did you watch Europa League, Harry?
I didn't, mate. No, I didn't get on out here, to be fair. I heard United were just terrible. Like, they just didn't turn up. But I could be wrong. That's all I heard.
Yeah, kind of.
And Spurs had one shot.
Spurs had like one shot, if you can call it that. Yeah, I don't know. It was a weird game in the sense of like everyone's saying it was bad football and it was boring or whatever, and I do agree with that, right? But I've watched so many boring games where you disconnect from the TV. It wasn't like that. There was a lot of tension in the game. Like there was not good football getting played or whatever, but like every minute it felt like someone could have scored, if you know what I mean. Like because just the way both teams have been and whatever, so. It was a weird final in that sense. Yeah, it wasn't a classic football-wise. It wasn't good football really on show or anything, but there was real tension in the air the whole way through it. Even when Tottenham went up, you did feel that put two hands on the wheel for them a little bit, but it didn't, like get comfortable at any stage for any team, really,
Yeah.
So, yeah, high changes. And by the way, I just want to say this. Pat Matasar is my man of the match for the Europa League final. I thought he was unreal. And again, I just want to say this now while people are listening to me talk about Tottenham, but like so many people have said like, oh, Ange changed for the Europa League, or he did this, he did that. He did put on a fifth centre back or fifth defender in Kevin Danso towards the end of the game when Xerxes came on, and he kind of had to just because of the shape. Ange doesn't normally do that, and that was a bit of a change. I'll give you that, right? But it is more of a case of, and excuse my language, right? But one of my favourite expressions is you can only piss with the cock you've got, and we had no Kulusevski and no Maddison and Son not being fully fit and everything else. It could only play Sarr, Bissouma and Bentancur in midfield. And if that's your midfield, you're not going to get Maddison output. You're not going to get Kulusevski driving and dribbling at people and crossing and shooting and whatever. So it's kind of, bad workman blames his tools. Ange has never blamed his tools at any club I've heard him be at. Never heard him moan about transfers or we need another transfer window. He always just gets on with it. So I think it was just a wee bit of that. And yeah, there was and he did mention like the cup, you do treat it differently. And people have read a little bit too much into that for me. Like, oh, he can play two ways. It's more like on the cup, it's like knockout. You just need to be mindful of that. You can't, operate the same way you would in a league match. So I just wanted to get all that off my chest. Pat Matasar, my man of the match. And Solanke missed a sitter. Could have made that a lot more comfortable, made it 2-0 at some point as well. But the heroes of Bilbao are back. Even the goalkeeper's getting rotated for this, it seems, as well. So, yeah, good luck, Tottenham Stacks, picking the team. And Brighton will be there to spoil the party, make no mistake about it. But did Tottenham, will they can't lose this game, surely. It's party atmosphere. The Europa League will be on the pitch before the game, no doubt. And, surely they've got to want to win this, even though it means nothing.
Yeah, I think they'll want to win it, but I don't think it'll be it won't be a walk in the park, I don't think.
Far from it. Brighton, I've just checked the table on it. 8th, 3 points over Brentford. They've not got goal difference on them, so I don't think there's any European spot for Brighton, but there will be money at place, and finishing 8th is better than finishing 9th, obviously. You heard Harry mentioned before, obviously, Bournemouth want to be top 10, so for these clubs, especially hurls, or whatever the Brighton manager's called, first season in the Prem, you'll want to finish as high as possible for personal pride, of course. Weaver in it right back again, and yeah, strong Brighton team. Danny Welbeck, former Arsenal, former Man United. He'll be coming to this match with a wee score to settle. He'll be getting some texts from some mates before the game. Do them for us, Danny, and whatever. Wouldn't be surprised if he finds the back of the net in this one. But yeah, I really hope Tottenham do the damage and it's a good celebration for them. And then the last Premier League game we've got is Wolves versus Brentford. Again, a really nothing match for both teams, really. The last game at Wolves for Cunha, it feels all but certain. The rest of the team's quite predictable outside of that. And then here's Brentford. Could be the last game in the colours of Brentford for Wissa and Embuemo, if you believe reports. Otherwise, the team's rather recognisable to what we've seen before. Just seen the time, guy. Harry boy, we have absolutely taken a while to get here, but we're in La Liga now. We're into the final game of the season for them as well. We've got Betis. I don't think they've got anything to play for. I think they're secured in their position. Let me just double check that. They are at home to Valencia, of course, on Friday night. Curse. Rotation for goalkeepers and everything as well. Yeah, Betis are secured in 6th. No Champions League football for them next year. They have the Europa Conference final against Chelsea next week. And this is how they look to line up. Looks like they're rotating the likes of Fornals, Isco, Lo Celso, Anthony even as well. So yeah, Noble Mendy, never even seen him on a team sheet, but there you go, he's playing. 55-45 on the goalkeeper. And then here's Valencia, who again have nothing to play for. And yeah, hard to really know who plays in a lot of these positions, but there you go.
It's just a complete guess, I think, across the board for most of these teams.
Yeah. Real Madrid, it looks like Gunler's going to start this one. Modric's last game at the Bernabeu as well. Ancelotti's last game as well. Obviously, it's at the Bernabeu. Outside of that, Mbappe's still pushing for some, he's broken records and stuff like that, but he'll be wanting to make his record even more impressive and harder to surpass in the future, obviously. The keeper's 50-50. The defence is full change. And Brahim Diaz is going to play against Sociedad, who are expected to line up like this. But like I say, the manager's under a bit of pressure to play the backup keeper over the first choice, play an academy guy over the right back, play this Mahrez, Nakuz, whatever, over Take, and play Olis Agassi or Turientes instead of Braze. So watch out for those ones. But the rest of them are probably quite safe.
Yeah.
Espanyol, Las Palmas is on screen now. Espanyol are on 39 points. Yeah, they're actually the ones that are trying to keep away from Leganés. So if Leganés win, they go to 40. Espanyol have it in their hands. They need to get 1 point minimum from this. How does the goal difference help them? Wow, minus 13 versus minus 20. It's not that good, but it is better than who they're against. Las Palmas are already relegated, Harry. Albert Moliero probably on the move. Mika Marmol should get a move. Dario Isugo as well has been hotly linked to some big clubs as well. So this might be a wee bit of shop window action for them out to crash the party for Espanyol. But Espanyol have been quite good at home. The goalkeeper for them is very much in the shop window himself, isn't he?
Yep.
And then Leganés, like you mentioned, the goalkeeper, we've both got him. Good defensive stack on probabilities this week. The rest of the team's a bit meh. Valladolid, dead and buried. This is how
I
they
don't
look.
mind that. Danny Rabba's a decent scorer. Do you know him from Leganes? The right winger there.
Yeah, no, that's a new one for me. Decent.
He's decent. Yeah, he's a set piece taker and stuff.
Nice. That's cool. Alaves, I don't think they've got anything going on, do they? Yeah, they're cruising on 41 points. Not much going on. They're at home to Osasuna. Now, Osasuna are actually still pushing for Europe. They're on 51 points. Vallecano are on 51. Celta Vigo are on 52. And that's spots for Europa League and Conference League up for grabs between those three teams. So Alaves not got much going on, but they're at home. And Osasuna are away. They've got a lot on. Full strength team for them. Make no mistake about it. Goalkeeper's always a good value for a clean sheet. Centre backs are always good value. Could be a decent team. Budimir to get double decisive.
Yeah, potentially.
Sugar just clicked a button there. I didn't mean to click. Sorry, guys. And then after that, we've got Getafe, Celta Vigo. Getafe probably highly rotated. There's even chat that sorry I could get rotated in this one. Yay. Wow. Nothing to play for. Let's see how it shakes out ultimately. But they're playing Celta Vigo, who are in the Europa League spot, but they could end up in Conference League or they could end up out of Europe altogether, depending on how this game goes as well as other results. And it doesn't look like they're taking any chances. Looks like it's pretty much as full strength as they can get at this point in time. And against a Getafe team that, like are just going to defend like mad anyway, maybe rotate. I don't know if that's a good thing for Celta or not. But yeah, action. Vallecano, we also mentioned in that European fist fight. They're at home to Mallorca, who have just fallen out of contention for this same kind of thing that these other teams are involved in, on 47 points. Ratiu up at right wing here. They're really going for it. Isi Payazon, De Frutos are back in, so that's always a good sign for them. Batala, the goalkeeper, loves to waste time and stuff. So if they do start winning, he could maybe get a wee cheeky booking or something. I wouldn't rule that out. So watch out for him, perhaps. And then from there we go Girona. Now Girona, the manager of Girona boils my piss sometimes. But it looks like they're going to play the backup keeper because he's going to be leaving. Wanpe is going to be leaving, so they're going to probably play him. I think Stuani's probably just the only one fit. I don't think he's like leaving or anything. Otherwise, it's a full strength team you would expect. But yeah, not that great in general. Girona quite miserable this year for them. And they're playing Atleti, who they're really good for putting their training lineups out on social media, so you kind of know what Simeone's thinking going into it. So this is quite reliable. I'm looking forward to seeing Rodrigo Riquelme back at Montalive against Girona. That could be an exciting little revenge game goal for him. Full change in defence. Musso, the backup goalkeeper, looks to be coming in. Angel Correa, Harry boy, on his way to Mexico probably, alongside Griezmann. This could be a really good attack stack to run with here, with Lino also in contention. So I fancy Atleti to have a wee bit of a, I don't think there's clean sheets going around or anything like that. Maybe there will be. Musso could be really on audition mode, but
yeah, potentially.
This is an interesting game, I would say. Don't know how it's going to go. Neither team playing for much.
What was I going to say? Did you see Ledesma's going to Chivas, maybe? Oh, just as a random little Mexican side note.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's weird that he went back to Argentina to not play, so.
I know, I thought that was strange.
But yeah, this is Villarreal. Cheers to the intel, by the way, Harry. Sorry, I've lost the chat as well, so that button I clicked earlier. But Villarreal at home to Sevilla. I think this is, Villarreal are in Champions League spots. They could maybe finish a little bit higher on the table. Probably not, but yeah, like you say, it's probably just the Baena farewell game. Tejan Buchanan on to play this one. 50-50 on the goalkeeper. Yay. And Pepe on the wing. That's where we want him.
That is where we want him.
That is where we want him, Harry boy. Suso back in the picture. Where did I hear you telling me he was going to go on a video somewhere?
Cadiz, isn't it, I think?
Oh, nice. That could be fun.
Yeah,
that's like... Or is that to play second?
That'd be second div.
That's fun. I like that. Juan Luis Sanchez back in the picture as well. And to finish off La Liga, we've got Athletic Club at home to Barcelona. Athletic Club are firmly in their position as our Barcelona as champions. And one of the Williamses comes back. Sanchez is in the building. And then Barca on the victory lap here. Full strength team.
Yeah.
Ter Stegen in goals. Keepers everywhere in La Liga.
It's just going to be a nightmare, honestly.
Yep. Como are at home to Inter Milan, who are pushing for the title, but also prepping for the Champions League final, which is probably much more within their gift to go for. Pepe Reina, 60% favoured over Butes here, which is just an absolute kick in the balls. But the rest of the team's quite predictable. We've got De Vicas back in again. Paz, final game in Como, probably. Real Madrid likely to recall him. And Inter Milan's top transfer target for the summer is Nico Paz. So real shop window moment for him. They're going to be keeping Bissek, Sommer, and Kalinoglu and DeMarco from the kind of best 11, but the rest of this is second string guys for the most part. So could be decent for wee Cesc and Como. Could be good for him. Inter, maybe still go for it.
Potentially. Tough to say.
Tarkowski and Branthwaite both out. Oh, did we have them on the Everton team? 3 minutes ago updated. Oh.
Yeah, that's new.
Keenan O'Brien. Great catch there, Dominic. Thank you very much. And we've got Napoli. I think the game in Italy everyone's going to be watching. They're playing both the Scots in midfield with Big Zambo. Lukaku running the show up front. And quite a strong defence, it must be said.
Mm-hmm.
But with it being Rami, Spinazzola, Oliveira, and Delaney, it's all fullbacks. I know Rami can play centre-back, but he can play fullback as well, so that's quite an attacking defence, I would say. and Cagliari. I actually don't mind their back three too much. But they've got Alan Shearer's Italian cousin in goal, Alan Sherry. So, let's see how that pans out. The rest of the team, midfield and strikers, I'm not too concerned about for Napoli. Bologna are at home to Genoa. Bologna have just won the Coppa Italia as well a week ago or so. And it looks like they're rotating everyone. Don't know why. They've got nothing to rotate for. But it's just what they do, I suppose. Give them some time in the sun. Doesn't look like Skorupski's going to play on this. Maybe need to check the Italian papers to see what they say. Dan and Doy has been linked away in this summer. And for me, Dan and Doy, like if you actually, I know he's not good on SO5, right? But if you actually watch Bologna, like that Dan and Doy is like so slept on European
He's
football.
An animal, isn't he?
Massive. Man, he's going to be really good in the Prem or probably Bundesliga, but probably Prem. I think I could see him being very good for whoever would take him. And then here's a Genoa team. Segrist, way! maybe get some goalkeepers that are likely to play in this, which is fun. Malinowski, Balotelli not in the picture still. Junior Messias in the hole. Brooke Norton Cuffey. Who the hell is that? At right wing.
I know that name. It's been around for a while, he has.
Must be Welsh then. But yeah, Friendrup has been linked to big moves away, and someone else in this team has got a big price tag over their head. I forget who it is. It's not pictured here, I don't think. Milan at home at Monza. Should be good on paper. Not really much for Milan to be playing for, I don't think. Let me just double check that. Because there is some fighting for European spots in Serie A. Ex-Man City youth player. Nice DT off the insight. Wow, AC Milan are not going to be in Europe next year.
Definitely.
Yeah, looking at the table here. 9th.
Wow.
Could be good for SO5, but it's the kind of silver lining.
Yeah, it's probably them. Yeah, they've probably got the best matchup in Italy, I'd say, this weekend.
Yeah, Magic Mike, Tomori, Reinders, maybe his last game, if you believe the City rumours. Pulisic, and one or two others that could be scoring well here against Monza, who are dead and buried. And Monza's got quite a close proximity to Milan. I think that's why Berlusconi bought them when he did have them, because it was like having another team in Milan without it being in Milan. So I don't know if there's derby vibes around this at all. I know it's a minnow of a team, but all the same. Atalanta at home at Parma. You mentioned that, Harry. You fancy this one to be good. Daniel Maldini, not really seen him play much for Atalanta. Could be a good time for him to stake a claim for the team. Sulemana coming into midfield is a new name to me as well. Rui Patricio in goal. Palestra right back is a new name to me as well. Outside of that, quite a strong lineup for Atalanta.
Yeah, if Lookman plays, yeah, little 100 on the horizon, I think.
Yeah, they're nailed in as third. Atalanta's nothing to play for them. And this is the Parma team. Parma are, they need to watch out. They could get caught into the relegation fight by Lecce or Empoli, perhaps. Unlikely. I'm not sure who those teams have, but I didn't think that they would. Yeah, Empoli are playing Verona. That may be sticky, by the way, for Parma, so watch out for that. But here's the Empoli team. And then here is the Verona team. Lazio and Lecce. Lazio pushing for European football. If we look at Serie A again real quickly, Lazio are in 6th, looking to fend off Fiorentina, who have the better goal difference, by the way. Bologna have already got qualification by winning the cup, if memory serves me right. So that's why Bologna don't really give a toss about the last game of the season. But yeah, Lazio currently Conference League, but a good result for them could propel them as high as Champions League, depending on what the scores are like for Juventus and Roma. So, yeah, expect Lazio to throw the kitchen sink at it. It's a Kanye back in the building, Tati up front, full strength defence as well. Mandas still the keeper. And did you not pull a Lazio guy the other day?
I did, yeah. Youngish kid, yeah. I can't remember his name now, but yeah, I did. You're right.
The Delhi kid.
Yeah, it could be the Delhi. Yeah, that rings a bell.
I think he'll be off the bench on this one. And here's Lecce. The only thing that really goes for Lecce, I think, in this one is their goalkeeper, Falcone. We know he loves some AA. And yeah, so maybe Lazio have got a tough job at it, but I fancy them to get it done. Torino are at home to Roma. Torino are not in the picture for anything. They're in 11th. Roma, as we mentioned, alongside Lazio and Juve, are in that trifecta. Maybe we include Fiorentina in that to make it a four-way battle for Champions League, Europa League, and Conference League, or nothing, So, yeah, Torino, really good defensively, really strong team front to back. Honestly, since January, I've always been quite, I don't know if I'd say impressed or whatever, but when I look at their team, I think there's a stack in there. There's some potential in there. They can keep pieces together and get people firing. But Roma, is this Ranieri's last game? I think he is leaving end of the season. And yeah, they want to finish in the Champions League spots, I'm sure, if they can. And they're going out with this team to do it. Udinese are taking on Fiorentina. This is the Udinese team. Alexis Sanchez playing at home. Udinese get nothing on. But Alexis could be good for a wee cheeky goal in this one. Okoye in goals. Soleil in the shop window. Nothing else to say besides. And then Fiorentina, semi-finalists everywhere. Can they get themselves back into Europe for next year? Strong team, throwing everything at it. And then we have, Juve are taking on Venezia. So Juve are probably in the driver's seat for Champions League football next year. And this is how they look to line up away to Venezia, who are on screen now. And that is champ. Now we'll slide into MLS because that's kind of the big fish in town coming into this one. Harry boy, we had rivalry week last week. This week, I don't think we've got anything like that. But for us, as we know, it's throwback, 30th anniversary, 90s edition cards. We've seen Seattle and Dallas as one of the top fixtures of the game week. How do you feel MLS-wise this weekend? Any main things stand out to you? I'm just going to click through the teams and put them on screen here, guys, while we're talking.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't think there's like an absurd amount of like massive favorites. I think Seattle's the only one that probably stands out there really against Dallas, who are just in a bad way. I think Acosta's suspended, so
yes.
I just don't know how they score goals personally. Not that he's been really helping. San Diego's been really good. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few big scores from your Dryers and Furcaus and McVeigh's. That could be the defensive stack maybe if you think Galaxy struggle to score, although they do have some of their boys back, which helps.
Is Royce done it? Has Royce got into MLS mode?
I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't see his second goal on the weekend, so I can't really say too much. His first goal was just it just bobbled off his kneecap. Like it was not a goal. I mean, it was, but I didn't watch the whole game. I watched a decent amount of it though, and he didn't really do too much outside of the two DAs. But like I said, I didn't see the second one, so I can't slay him too much. But yeah, I think San Diego better them. Charlotte, mate, haven't won a game in like 5 games, by the way. Can't win.
Dean Smith.
Lost Smith 5 out of 5.
Do we blame Zaha for that? It's apparently Zaha is not too happy with the passes he's getting, and he's a wee bit toys at the pram.
He is a moaning bee bastard. Mate, I've never seen anything like him, mate. Honestly, it's actually embarrassing. Like every time he does something where like he'll lose the ball or whatever, the ball doesn't come to him in the correct way that he thinks it is. Like whoever he's speaking, I don't know who he's speaking to half the time. I don't know whether this is teammates or the Dean Smith. I genuinely don't know, right? But he's going at somebody every game, and it's like to the point where I just be like, like I get people cross the red line and they're different players and off the pitch is like, it is what it is. But like I'd have lost my head already, I think, with him. Like it's just embarrassing. Was it a screamer? Okay.
That's the only goal I've seen. Was that?
Okay.
I don't know if it was the same
maybe
game,
he's back. Maybe
Sorry.
he's set piece back. I don't think he still can't run. But yeah, mate, Zaha's a fucking poisonous player right now. I'm telling you.
And Columbus will probably look to capitalise upon that. Strong team. No Shaberko. Probably the only thing to note, but otherwise that's as good as they go, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just hard to predict who plays out of him and Amundsen all the time. It's just a fucking nightmare. But yeah, Rossi's back. I think he was suspended or something. I can't remember what happened last game, or the game before actually against Montreal. But anyway, yeah, all the main lads in. They should beat them, but
yeah. DC at home at the Bulls. This is the DC team again. No Benteke, but they've got Barraza, so who cares? Everton's all right if we've got Barraza in goals. But for Barraza, they're taking on the Red Bulls, which is a team he's not a fan of, certainly. So maybe there's a wee bit of punch in that for him. They lost rivalry week last week 2-0. I watched that game against City. It was a pretty mince match, to be honest. I feel like
I'm not surprised.
It was like, it was pretty minging, to be honest with you. NYC are doing a little bit better SO5 wise with the new tactics they've kind of came out with. So it's a kind of mild positive, but the game was minging, like to watch. It was not fun at all. So yeah, don't know how that's going to go. Good luck to all involved. Impact at home to LA. I think this is a good one for LA. When I looked at it, Harry, I thought
it should be.
Yeah. George Campbell's back, but
a bad 6-1 by Toronto. I watched it. Obviously, the red card killed them, but it was actually like every time they went for a chance, they just scored. It was like watching an under eights game or something. It was mental. Bernardeschi was just running the whole pitch. He was just picking it from the keeper.
He's like the one guy in the team that's good at football.
Mate, honestly, he's literally like in the schoolyard when one kid's decent at football, and nobody else has a clue, and like he's just literally just passing it, to them to a point where like you can't miss half the chances he gives them. But yeah, they managed to mess it up half the time.
Skyline, we're cheering for you, mate. He's going for the fifth streak. Good luck. You've got Chicago, but it's a bad week to play Chicago because they're going away. They're going away to City, and it's Yankee Stadium this week. It's not City Field; it's Yankee Stadium. So Yankee Stadium's like extra tiny, tight the pitch. So cross my fingers and toes for you, kinda, but not all the way. And I was going to say something else on that under 8's comment. Oh, fuck, what was it? Oh, I can't mind now. It'll come back to me in a minute, I'm sure. But this is the LA team that are going away to the Impact. What the hell was it?
Yeah, I think they're good away there. Under maybe comes in.
Under, yeah. Eddie Segura, I've seen him back in the team.
Mm-hmm.
And LA have got a playoff to play as well to try and get into the Club World Cup against, is it Club America? Or
is it? Oh, wow.
Or, yeah, it's in a Mexican team. So LA play a Mexican team. Whoever wins that goes to the Club World Cup in place of Leon, who cannot enter because of the multi-club ownership rule thing. And they're going to get an extra transfer window, LAFC, to go into that Club World Cup. Yeah.
Okay.
If they win. As well as Seattle or whoever. Yeah, Seattle are into it, so they'll get another transfer window. And anyone else that's going to that from MLS will have that open to them. The next game I've got is Orlando at home with Portland. Orlando is a team that I've been quite happy to back on this show over the season. And I think, they don't really let you down for the most part. They don't win every week, obviously, but most of their guys are, the guys you expect to do well are doing quite well most of the time, aren't they?
Yeah, they've got a really strong 11. Like, this Alex Freeman just got his first call up to the national side. His old man won the Super Bowl, mate. When I say he's the freakiest athlete I've ever seen in football, like, to my knowledge right now, like, I can't think of any other, especially right back, but just player in general. Like, mate, he is a fucking freak. Like, I can't even explain to you the things he's doing. Like, he's technically, like, he's still a bit behind, but he's so far ahead athletically. Like, he just can get away with it, obviously, especially in MLS. Mate, like, he's a joke. Like, actually ridiculous.
Yeah. It gives me kind of Alphonso Davies vibes. I don't know if you watched MLS back when he broke through, but like he's
Davis is like quick on the eye. Like Davis is like Roadrunner. Like you can tell he's quick, right? This fucking Freeman guy, mate, is like running in slow motion, but he's like his steps. He's honestly, I can't even. He doesn't look fast because he's like 6'2", where Davis is like a bit smaller and like you can tell he's quick, like really thin legs, and he's just rapid right to the eye. But this Freeman guy is built like a fucking football player, like American football player. But he can run like I've never seen anyone like a sprinter, mate.
Because I think when you watch him, it's weird that he's not a striker for how big he is. Like, let's see if this was 10 years ago, he'd be playing up front. America
for sure. Yeah, they just abuse his pace. Yeah. I don't know,
so,
but like he just needs space, and I think that's why right back's so good for him because right back's the position. Well, anyway, in defense, but right back as a right footer, you can see the whole pitch. And if Paslic is coming inside on his left foot all the time, like David Taylor's saying, he has bucket loads of space. And against Inter Miami, mate, it was the funniest thing ever. There was no one defending, so I was just running through Alba. Honestly, bless Alba, he's like fucking 40 now, but like it was just embarrassing.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. And I don't even own him. I'm not even pumping him anything. He's just an absolute animal.
Likewise. Very good on the eye. I've not seen as much of him as you would have. I've seen Orlando once or twice. And I heard somebody talking him up the other day. So I went and kind of checked into the last couple of bits. And yeah, he's very clearly a standout.
Freak.
They're taking on Portland, Harry. What do you think about that?
I mean, Portland, we know Portland are half, they're half decent. Like you can't really write them off. I don't think it's a walk in the park. If everyone's fit for Portland, this is honestly, I don't think Orlando walk all over them. I reckon this will be close. Inter Miami are a joke. They shouldn't even be in the league. They're embarrassing.
Well, this is Inter Miami team. They're going away to Philly, and like Philly are a team you never write off at the best of times. Like good outfit, always like a good front to back, kind of club ethos and all the rest of it. Fa Pico to one side, is their team possibly any? I think this is full strength, is what I'm trying to babble out here, but
it is outside of they played Segovia last game. Redondo came off the bench. Kramashi might have started, I can't remember, but they played. Yeah, Vigant didn't play. Frey played. Yes, this is a changed team a little bit anyway. Obviously Busquets played. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Miami just roll over again, but it's Messi could easily get a decisive or two and happy days. But yeah, I think Philly are good here.
Thoughts on Wagner? Is this a good Wagner game?
I mean, it should be, yeah. No one defends into Miami, so, and especially if Vigant's playing, Vigant's rubbish. He's just rubbish. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it can't not be a good game, but at the same time, I don't know where. Is it AA, the Wagner scoops, or is it DA's? Depends how many set pieces and stuff he sort of nicks off Quinn Sullivan, I would say. But Miami are going to give you chances, put it that way. So you just know they're defending with 9 players every game, genuinely.
Yeah.
And of those 9, Alba can't run, Busquets can't run, the whole team can't run, basically. So Allende can run, but they put him up front and just honestly, watching into Miami is actually embarrassing. Some of the games I've watched, I've never seen Messi, not that I'm a body language expert or anything. I've never seen him so frustrated, mate. Not that you can be frustrated when you've got Messi and fucking Neymar and Suarez next to you, right? But I've watching him. He done an interview after the game. Messi never does interviews. He's fuming with the refs. He's fuming with everyone right now. He's fuming, which I don't blame him. They're rubbish.
I heard they did that interview. Is it in English as well?
No, it was in Argentinian. Oh, sorry, Spanish. Sorry, yeah. It was MLS. It was an MLS interview type of thing. Literally straight after the game on the pitch, with obviously a reporter and stuff. And I didn't understand what was happening, but yeah, he didn't. To be fair, in the interview, he actually didn't look that unhappy. But in the game, oh my god, it's worrying.
He's got more highlights of bitching to refs this year, doesn't he, than goals?
He's so lucky he hasn't been sent off and stuff half the time. Every game is something.
Yeah. Thinks he's Zlatan all of a sudden, doesn't he?
Imagine Zlatan tweeted out "You will never be Zlatan."
Toronto,
Messi.
Yeah, Toronto home to Nashville. Insigne and Bernadeschi from the start. Sean Johnson, best keeper in the world, and Kevin Long's back in. Whatever. They're taking on Nashville. This is a funny one.
It's a tough game, mate. Yeah, I don't love it, honestly. I mean, I'd take it. Nashville are good, man. Nashville just grind results. They just seem to churn goals out from what seems like nowhere sometimes. But if Handy's on the pitch, there's always a chance that there's going to be goals. I'd love a 0-0. Yeah, I would. I mean, that 6-1 last week will definitely give Toronto a kick up the arse in a good way. So, yeah, I don't think it'll be easy for Nashville, but I do worry there could be a few leaky goals.
Yeah, fair. Minnesota, Austin. I think this is a good one for Minnesota, isn't it? At home, good form, good position at the table. Your boy's going from strength to strength. This Markinich, Charlie pointed him out to me in lineup builder last night. He's doing no bad either, that guy.
Yeah, he's smashing. He's been peaking a lot score-wise. He's good.
So yeah, solid outfit here. And Austin on screen now. Solid keeper. The Biro guy scores all right, doesn't he? Vasquez is there. Eli Sanchez in midfield rather than defence is always a positive. I've seen the fixtures for this weekend doing lineup building last night for the members. I thought this just looked like a really good game. If you have a Minnesota stack, you're probably quite happy this weekend.
100%. Yeah, I wish I had a couple more players from them, to be honest, because yeah, they're in line for a good one. I think they played midweek, but they rested most of their players and stuff, and I think they'll be good to go.
And we've got SKC at home to Carlos Hill. This is the SKC team that's looking to run out. I don't really, obviously Manu Garcia aside, I don't really recognise the midfield. It's quite new looking to me. And I don't know what the deal with this guy. Every time I see this guy's name, I think, why do I recognise his name? I don't know if somebody crafted him as a card or if he's actually a prospect that's meant to be good or something. But every time, so anyone who knows why this guy always catches my eye.
Wow, I say I know. I know why I know him. And it's because Perez I'm pretty sure when Perez was playing, bought his super rare when he just moved into the MLS from somewhere else. He's got like a really old card from somewhere else. And I'm almost, I don't know if that's the reason you're associating him with, but that's the only way I know the name, because I'm pretty sure, I'm almost positive that, yeah, because he was under 23 at the time or whatever, and Perez was like, fuck, I'll just pick him up type of thing. And yeah, that's the only reason I've got it in my head, like why I know the name.
Yeah, it could be anything. I've got no idea. Could be the Perez thing. If anyone knows of another reason, throw it in the chat. We'll see if anything sparks off in my wee brain. But Jovic, Shape, and Saloy up front have been quite prolific for the most part of this season. When I was looking at those special edition cards, I thought they could be sneaky ones, Kansas City forwards, because although New England are kind of like Carlos Healing again, they still concede goals, like in away from home, like I don't fancy them to keep a clean sheet here. But yeah, Carlos Heal's in the middle. The whole world revolves around him, and he's been getting scores.
Yeah, just, we've returned to normality, I think, on the Carlos Heal.
How's the nonce guy doing? Is this guy doing all right? I've not looked into him.
Not really. No. He's okay, but he hasn't really had a big impact right now.
Fair. This is another one I think looks really good, by the way. Colorado at home to St. Louis. Your boy Navarro's 50-50, should be back. Jordi with one of the nicest cards going in the new special series, of course, as well. And Zach Steffen's back in goals. And is there anything else? I don't think there's anything else for me. Yeah, Bassett and Ronan are 50-50. But St. Louis, I know Berkey's back, but they've just been, I think this is a great one for the Rapids, personally. I think this is a good game for the stack.
Big time. 100%. It's just, I don't think, well, I say I don't think, I have no intel, but I'm not risking Navarro personally. I'd love to. If we had rolling locks, obviously it'd be nice. But yeah, he's a bit of a, well, definitely is a doubt. I've not heard any training stuff either. If anyone has, please do let me know. It'd be great if if he's been training. But yeah, I really don't know what's going on with him. It'd make my life a lot easier if I did.
Unless that's like went viral or something, that might be it, Glenn Hoddle. That's been like all over Twitter for like a day or something, or all over Twitter. You know what I mean, for relative terms. That might be it. I'm not sure. And I've not watched New England, Stephen, so I'm just looking at SO5 scores when it comes to Carlos Hill, the center of the universe for New England. But yeah, fair observation if that's the case. But yeah, I don't see St. Louis scoring. It could be really like Rapids. Like, are they a team, especially with no Navarro? Did they score 3 in a game like this? Probably not. So Burkey could still score quite well for a goalkeeper. Without the clean sheet, if he's peppered with shots all day. Good high claims and all that. RSL, Diego Luna, the nicest special edition card. Me and Harry Trades have agreed and authenticated that it is the must-have card of the series. He's playing. He's got his support act in there with him as well. Big and Nelly in midfield also. And they're at home to the Whitecaps, who are taking over the world, it feels like at the moment. Jadon Nelson, Brian White, Ali Ahmed is as strong as that front three's looked in a while. And in the midfield, Ralph Perso, Seb Berhalter, Pedro Vite is all about streets won't forget vibes. The back four is pretty solid as well. This will be a close game. I'm not buzzing about it for either team, but should be a good one to watch, actually, if you're going to be taking it in. Earthquakes at home to Dallas. Now, Houston won their first Texas derby or whatever away for like 20 years or 17 years or something crazy like that. So maybe they've got a bit of buoyancy off the back of that. But I look at this San Jose team at home and think they probably batter Houston when you've got Lopez, Espinoza, and Joseph as like a trident up front. And the rest of the team's not that great. I get it. Earl Edwards-Jones in goals, obviously, as well. Yeah, maybe Houston get a bit of a bounce off the derby win. But I don't know. When I seen the fixture, I thought, San Jose attack could be quite good this weekend also. After this game, we have New York, Chicago, which is kind of my cards playing all against each other. We heard from Skyline, who's going for the 5th streak. But yeah, it's at Citi Field, tighter pitch. So NYC kind of know the field, know how to play it. New York, Chicago, by the way, is always quite feisty, is my opinion as a NYC supporter. Let's go and look at the head-to-head. I think these games are normally quite punchy. In terms of both teams to score, maybe some cards, that kind of thing. So let's have a wee peek at the head-to-head on this.
So yeah, last time at City, at probably Yankee Stadium, 2-2, away 0-0, at home 1-0, 1-1. Yeah, I don't know what makes me think that, but I'm pretty yeah, maybe it's more back at this time, Ronnie Deila era, maybe just before that. Yeah, New York, Chicago does have, yeah, I knew there was a reason I felt it, kind of early New York time. It used to be a bit of a thing, but maybe it's kind of lessened over the years, perhaps, but this is how the team looks to field, and I do find it quite surprising, actually, that Ojeda and Fernandez is Wolf injured because he's totally out of the picture here. Losing shit, but um, I don't know. Let's go for it. Argentinians all the way. Aidan O'Neill, Johnny Shore, new look defence with Burke Reset and left back. And then Chicago Fire, again, really strong team, good attack. Small pitch means they're probably going to get more shots away as well, less possession lost from crosses and that sort of stuff, maybe. Two each, one each. I think this will be goals for both teams. I think Chicago could score more goals than New York, so I'm not that confident on the New York result, but I'm not that confident that Chicago get a great result is probably the best way of me summing up this game, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think Chicago are just always dangerous. They've got too much firepower to not score goals, I would say.
Yeah.
But they could just easily concede as well.
And then the final MLS game we've got is Atlanta United at home at Cincinnati. Back five. I don't think we've seen that from Atlanta yet, have we?
No, they've used it a couple of times so far. Yeah, just with the amount of injuries they've had. Yeah, they've been tinkering. To be fair, they've been trying through in midfield. Like Latte didn't even start last game, so they're definitely tinkering right now.
And they're taking on Cincinnati. Team is on the screen here. Looks pretty strong. I don't think they've got anyone credible missing, do they? All the main boys are there.
Yeah, not really.
Oh, I don't know, actually. Is MLS flexible deadlines?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Good question. Good to have an answer. And that is MLS, guys. Now, as some of you guys will know, earlier this week, I went out and I bought my second and my third MFL club this week. One of the teams is for the community members on the channel, where we're going to get MFL, get some MFL cash, whatever we call it, digital currency or whatever, out to you guys. We bought a team in the Stone division, so I tried to buy a team, Harry, that was like further up the food chain already. It's obviously mid-season, so I had to buy it and make sure it doesn't get relegated or anything like that. But I think, did we lose the first game or did we draw? I don't know. But then we beat top of the league and then we beat bottom of the league. So we're in good form with this wee outfit before we rebrand it in the off-season. There's been a wee bit of murmurings from the fans that they don't want this takeover to change the club identity and all the rest of it. But this is a hostile takeover. FC Barcelona doesn't do anything by half measures, So we're prepared for a massive season 6 on MFL. And they do a great job of providing a great game for us all to play, of course, and do a big job on supporting the channel. And, of course, the deadline show as well. And here is a wee word from them ahead of Season 6 preparations. It'll probably be like in a week from now or so. MFL Meta Football League is a football management game that takes this genre to the next level. This is an open network online experience where every club, every opponent you play against is managed and operated by another player, by another person. It's your tactics, it's your wit, it's your squad against your opponents. MFL seasons normally run for around 6 weeks, so this isn't a game that comes out every new football season that you need to go and buy a new copy of. So there's never a bad time to open your account and get your club up and running. The only thing you need to buy or to pay for to get up and running to play MFL is your club. You can buy a club pack from MFL directly and it will randomly generate where your club is located, what city and in what country. Every club is fully customizable. You can name it what you want. You design your badge. Once you've licensed your club and customized it, the first thing every MFL manager takes to is the open market. You've got to build your roster of players. Every player in this game can be bought and sold for real money, which means a lot of active traders really like that aspect of the game for taking players that are really cheap and undervalued, and along with the player progression, maybe make them into a better player before returning them back into the market. One of the ways MFL takes this game to the next level is every player you own, you're actually their agent. So any players that you own that you're not going to use in your own squad, you can list on the market for loan, where they can go into another squad, and in return you'll get a percentage, you'll get a cut of any of the prize money that those players help those clubs to win. MFL for me really does encompass everything you could possibly want in a football manage your game experience. Sign up by using the link that's in the description of this video or in the pinned comment. You'll directly support me and all the content here at the channel, but by doing so you guarantee yourself the best sign up bonuses available. If you do have any questions or you get stuck, feel free to reach out, and thanks again to MFL for supporting the channel and sponsoring the content.
Oh yeah.
Come on then.
Thanks again, MFL.
Yeah, appreciate that. All right, let's get into Challenger playoff final.
Ooh, final. Indeed.
Yep, Chef U versus Sunderland. Enzo Lafay, Job.
Keep forgetting he's there, man. That's wild.
I know. And then we've got the 20 lads versus AZ, like I mentioned earlier in the Conference League playoff, who both played last night. Little bit on the line there. Then the Mechelen, last games of the season for the Belgian league. No, I haven't even bothered bidding on any of the Super Rares, if I'm being honest.
Trying to get
Layson might not start. Keep an eye on that. Yeah, I haven't really made the prices of the. I know because like you can get the essence and stuff, but some of the prices of these MLS Super Rares are like they're all absurd. Like nothing's going for less than like 100 quid. It's fucking mental.
Yeah, I seen the floor on DNPs was like 50 quid on auction. They still had hours to go, so the guessing from what you've said, they bumped up.
It's a joke, genuinely. Like I've never seen anything like it. It's ridiculous
for DNPs as well.
Yeah, literally. This is the matchup. I think if you can get it right against the Ghent boys.
I just want to squeeze this wee shout out in, Harry. Sorare have just tweeted out they've got 2 massive missions the next game week, which is the one we're about to come into. Score a decisive with an MLS anniversary card, and you get 10 market credits, $10 market credits. So we back cash back essentially if you buy a good guy.
Yeah.
Reach a 750 collection score on any MLS team. Limited to so limited MLS collection score, get to 750, and you'll get 20 essence.
That's not bad.
Wee missions, so if you're up for that.
Yep. I think we've still got another set of games in Turkey after this.
Ooh.
Yeah, one more, I believe.
Forever, don't they?
Yeah. Gala have won the league, so a ton of rotations, I think, are going to be happening over there.
Strand Larson now a doubt for Wolves. Red alert.
Oh, nice shout.
Interesting. So saying to you, Harry, the biggest headache I've got this weekend is blooming goalkeepers.
I'm with you on that.
Makes it so hard to build a team when you think, the goalkeeper could just rinse the whole thing out, Like
it's like, why am I even bothering in there sometimes?
I did actually think maybe I just don't even play Sorare this weekend, like Europe, like maybe I just do the MLS stuff.
I mean, what have you got to lose, really? Like, if you get relegated, you get relegated.
Yeah, you know what'll happen, but like Rafinha will rip 100 and stuff like that, and blah blah blah, and whatever.
Like you might. That's what I'm saying. Like I've played a risky lineup in D1 champ in season. It's like, well, it's the last week, so for me anyway.
Yeah. So I don't.
Are you
mind
worried about relegation?
Nah, I'm worried about like I'll probably only have one keeper playing, and it's like, who is it, and how can I put a team around him?
Yeah, who is your keeper, by the way?
For me, I don't even know. I've picked some teams, and it's like I've got a Musso. I bought a Musso really cheap earlier this year because I've always kind of liked Musso as a good keeper, but like he's a good goalkeeper, but he's always been a pain in the ass for rotation, like even at Atalanta. So I'd got him cheap. I thought that was fine. I've got Dimitrievski on a 50-50. I've got the Villarreal guy on a 50-50. I've got Butez on a 50-50.
Jeez.
MLS is fine, obviously. And for Europe, I think I've got Seagrass now, apparently. Do I even trust that, or yeah, maybe I don't know if I do. I just checked the Italian newspaper website. They don't think Seagrass plays.
Did you see? Is Neymar back, is he? Huh.
No way. No freaking way. Who said that? Are you on the screen? Oh,
Yeah.
I did not see when you showed me that there. I did not know Barry Al was in Neymar's team or
Yeah.
Holheiser.
I didn't realize Holheiser was, but yeah, I knew Barry Al was actually.
Oh, that's fun. Oh, Neymar, come on, son. Is he nailed on 60%? Oh, do we play him?
60. Yeah, get him in somewhere.
Guys, let me know. Do we play Neymar? I've only got like 2 contender teams.
Tell me you saw the interview with Felipe Coutinho with his gunshots.
No.
Go on Twitter. He's doing an interview for Vasco, like Vasco TV or something, and there's literal gunshots going off in the background. He's just laughing his head.
Favela life.
Mental, mate.
That is mental.
You played 20 minutes in a 0-0, Stephen says.
Ooh, good.
Right, is Nozawa coming back? Quinny, he saved a penalty midweek in the cup. They did go on to lose, but still saved a pen. What do we think? And they've not won in 2 since like changing keepers.
Yeah, I'd think so.
I think he's got a chance.
50-50, I'd throw him in somewhere.
How do I have Na Sang Ho? Like genuinely, where do I have that card? Not a clue. Sang Ho, no. I might have. Yeah, I know why. Yeah, that makes sense.
Limited.
Yeah.
Easy to overlook them. Yeah, so my goalkeepers are all over the shop, man. And yeah, I'm not confident. Outside of MLS, I'm not confident I'm going to get 5 men out.
I don't think any of us are, honestly.
So yeah, big weekend ahead. Oh, do you know what I've noticed, Harry, as well?
Go on.
Mason Toy's been off the bench the last 2 games in a row. So I've put him in.
Who's he at? Montreal?
Kansas.
Kansas. Yeah.
So I've put him a wee bit above a training lineup now. He's in like a rubbish 5-man team rather than a training lineup. He's a wee cheat code defender. I got a lot of stick for that post at the beginning of the year, and I thoroughly deserved it, don't get me wrong. But I'm quite confident I'll get a decisive out of him if he keeps playing, because he's a good wee guy. We like Mason.
Yeah, he's a good athlete and so. Bruno Lamas.
And yeah, super rare keepers are a nightmare as well. I've got like no certainty of anything anywhere this week.
It's just, is Daegu have a double game week from what I'm seeing here?
That's fun for them. Going to Daegu, double game week. So is that a Friday, Monday, or a Saturday, Monday, or what?
Yeah, they play tomorrow at 6 a.m. and then Saturday. I think it'll be Tuesday technically, or like Monday.
Yeah, it's Tuesday. Yeah, right before lock, right before deadline.
And there's a few K-League games this midweek.
Yeah, I had a goalkeeper playing right as we came on. Clean sheet notification came in. I thought I'm not going to mention it because I'll just jinx it. It's only going to get me a box at best, I think, anyway. And Liam King, no, I requested it from MFL when they said, "Where do you want your club to be?" When I was like agreeing the partnership or whatever. And I said Dumbarton, thinking they wouldn't do it. And then I opened up the pack thinking it was just going to say, because when I opened up the pack, it showed Scotland, and then it cycled through Glasgow, Edinburgh, Aberdeen, and that was it. And I thought, all right, well, they couldn't do Dumbarton because it's just a town, you know, it's not a city. And then it came up. I was like, oh, buzz. So we bit of luck there. In that regard, that they honoured the request. I got to request it as the lucky part, obviously, and then they've done it. Dejan, I've got 2 home games in the double game week as well. There's a lot of comments about the Coutinho interview. I'll definitely catch that.
Yeah, it's funny.
I actually think All-Star might be one of my better lineups this week again, priority-wise.
Really?
Yeah.
Just what have you got in the freestyle thing?
Oh, mate, you know, I opened that up and I thought my brain can't deal with this right now. Like,
You can't be asking you. You should just throw like Neymar and shit in there.
Oh, yeah, I could do that. Yeah, like Neymar and stuff. The prizes are quite cool, actually, looking at it, jerseys and stuff. But I think it's going to be really competitive. There's 4,500 rare entries already.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I don't think I've got a team that's going to break the top ranks, as it were.
Fair.
So I thought maybe there's a wee zig and a zag with All-Star to going on, you know?
Yeah, All-Star looks okay, but there's no stars. Well, there isn't in Super Rare. There might be in Rare, but...
Yeah, I think there is in Rare. Yeah, 1.
Yeah. Okay.
But like again, this is my thing with prioritization and competitions on Sorare, right? But like the freestyle thing has better rewards, but it's like, so let's look at it. There's 2 stars for that. Tier 1s stop at top 10. Tier 2 stops at top 30. Top 30, tier 2, top 10, tier 1. And we look at All-Star. Tier 1 stops at the podium. Tier 2 stops at top 10. Right, so it's much more shallow in that sense, but like I'm probably more likely to get into the top 10 in All-Star or the top 20 than I am in that freestyle one, I think, anyway, from the players I've got available and stacks that have already been made and whatnot. But,
yeah, no, I agree.
Anyone that's got any intel, please let me know what you think about Seagrass, by the way, because I've not used him. And if he is going to play, he's maybe a bit more nailed on than some of the other goalkeepers I've got lying around. So I don't want to put him into a better team. I don't mind throwing a team around him, but I'm tempted to maybe move him up the pecking order if I get a sniff that he is likely to play there. I double checked the notes on Predictify. There's no notes around it. I checked the Italian newspapers. There's no major insight on that. Did we have Lager BLK on for 20, by the way, Harry? I missed that. I can go check it myself, but just in case you've seen it.
They had a red card yesterday, so I don't know, actually. He did come off the bench yesterday, though.
Interesting. Aye. He's not projected to start. Okay. I'll maybe stick Harry Aga in there. Yeah, so I think I'm playing like a decent set of All-Stars this week. $25 minutes to the deadline as well, guys. Doing really, really well. We've not quite got to the magic numbers yet, guys. There's been a bunches here all the way through the show. The chat has been on fire. I hope you're all having a great time, of course. And, you know, you've maybe got some intel that saved the lineup or helped make a lineup better. But please, if you haven't done so already, take your phone out your pocket, change the tab on your screen, whatever you need to do. Smash the like button, support the channel, support the show. If you haven't done so already, Harry Trades' channel is linked in the description of the video as always. Make sure to subscribe over there. In case you're not aware, you probably are fully aware. You guys are the hardcores that are here every week, but so they're owning control of the internet. They know you're here, and they know that it's the hardcores that are here, and because it's MLS action in the dregs of Europe, and they see that you didn't like it, you're screwed. Me and Harry will be fine on this one, but when they see you are here again, you've not smashed that like button, so they're like, what are you playing at, man? What are you playing at? DNP goalkeeper, there you go. Crap in a box, there you go. Wrong captain pick, there you go. And your weekend is just going to be in the mud. Help yourself. Do yourself a favour. Smash the like button. Goes a long way to supporting the channel and supporting the show. And we're forever grateful for all the support we do get here, both me and Harry. I tell you, the number one card I was close to buying, Harry, on that new MLS series was a gold, because he's not going to play. So if I was just going to say this to you guys, Harry, I'll be back in a second. But he's not going to play in this special. So I was thinking, oh, maybe he doesn't actually have that much of a premium. And I just fancy having a fancy gold, you know. But it went quite expensive because of the promotions that go on. High chance for another card payout, maybe a bit of essence or whatever. So it's the main one I went for. I'm maybe still tempted, but I think I'll probably buy a bunch of these cards after the special once the premium kind of gets taken off them, because I do like a bunch of them, but I don't fancy my odds of building a strong team to win at it. But I still want a few of them, to be honest. So I might leave mine until the dust settles a wee bit, and they're maybe yesterday's news kind of vibes, you know. So yeah, there we go for that. I don't think Memphis is playing, is he? I've not really got that much going on, by the way. For the freestyle thing, I don't think I'm going to bother with it at all. I might just play Neymar in this team. I'll put my screen on page while Harry is ducking and diving. Wrong button. Took myself off screen there. I meant to change between Harry's screen and my screen. This is kind of the final lineup I've got to build at the moment. Kakare is like nailed on in midfield. He's doing all right, but playing Inter, they're probably quite strong and whatever, but as we know, we've got a Saka. We like Arturo. He nailed it last week. We're playing 8th this week, but it's a bit harder, isn't it? Yeah, I'll give you back to boy. There you go. I'm not sure I'm going to make it to freestyle. I think I might use that.
You can't make a freestyle.
Yeah, not a credible one. I'll maybe throw some shrapnel at it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Seen GFR made his debut for RSL recently as well, off the bench.
He did. Yeah, I saw him warming up a few games ago. He didn't get on in that game, but yeah, I guess he has. He is back.
Nice, screw it. Our team will do.
So one more little scan through.
Yes, guys. Any insight on Lager secrets? Let me know.
Are you playing Arena this weekend?
I'm tempted by all the goalkeeper crap we mentioned before, but I'm doing my target, Harry, or my projection. I don't know if it was I think it was more of a projection than a target. Was by the end of the European season, I should be on 250 rare essence, and I'm on like 224 the now or something like that, or 218.
Okay.
So I'm kind of more concerned with locking up the essence for. And I know Arena could blah blah blah, but I played that game with Super Rare last week, and yeah, maybe I should have captained Sabitzer, right? Whatever, Harry, before you come at me. But I finished 4th, got fucking XP, so I was raging.
Gutted.
Yeah,
so that's raging.
Yeah, don't like booby prizes around here. We like prizes. So
yeah,
stung from that
one. I get it.
What about yourself?
Yeah, I've only played it in Super Rare once. I finished 3rd on the last weekend, but no, I haven't played it in Rare yet. But I'm going to play it in Super Rare and Rare this weekend, just like once in each. Yeah, I kind of enjoy it. But the golden one now, like it used to be 200 essence for top, and now it's like spread across the podium now. So if you do hit a podium in the golden one, like it's a bit more fruitful than it was like if you finish 2nd or 3rd, basically.
Yeah, podium is jacked.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually getting a wee freestyle team out here with a bunch of like DA capable midfielders. Not saying DA likely, DA capable. Harry Boy's gone. Guys, do you know why that happens? It happens all the time when we've not hit enough likes. But it's 69, which is a beautiful number, right? But it's not 88, it's not 100. If you've not done so already, smash the like button. Otherwise, the internet is just going to kick Harry out. It's going to kick you out. You won't get that intel. And yeah, we'll all be screwed for the game week.
Tempted if there's a cheap little MLS defender maybe for the West Coast, I might pick him up.
West Coast defender.
Yeah, I've got Sam Vines in right now, and I'm a little bit worried that he doesn't play. So
he's a bit meh as well, isn't he? As well,
very much so. To be fair, it doesn't actually have to be a defender. It can be effectively any position because I can just play my extra player in defense type of thing, and it not matter too much.
Any good prices on Seattle cards? Just thinking who's got good West Coast fixtures.
Well, that's the thing. I'm playing 2 Seattle Classic. Like I can play Yaimar and Fry Classic, or right now I'm doing Fry and Rusnak Classic. But yeah, I'm trying to Ruthrock's like 30 quid. I don't know if he's incredibly Mason Toy's a fiver.
Mason Toy. He'll come off the bench. He's playing up front.
Ilinich is like 14 quid.
Or the NYC guy.
Yeah.
He's East Coast.
Oh yeah. So well, their thing doesn't work right now because I've like, yeah. Are we shocked? Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not. Tempted to maybe pick up a Gaston Brugman.
That's fun. Is he scoring all right? I know he did well with
not
Bentley,
really,
but...
no. Not really. Rosenberry for Colorado.
Colorado's a good game. I like that.
Yeah, I do as well, but he hasn't been... He didn't play the last game. He played the game before and hadn't played 4 before then, so they're a little bit dodgy.
Decisions, Harry boy. To spend or not to spend? You're taking advantage of that wee bonus as well then, you know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I probably won't do it. I'll probably just risk... What's his name?
Risk it for a biscuit.
I think so. There's nothing that's really calling my name. Ryan Kent.
Don't even dare. He's not starting.
Is Willie Carmona playing then? Kubo? Cole Bassett. It's mad how cheap Rafael... Remember Rafael Santos was like the best left back in the league before the season started because he had a few green scores last year.
Yeah.
His illustration cut, like obviously it's not illustrated, but you know, his 30th anniversary card's £4. Buy it now.
Wow.
Or like someone's selling on the secondary. He was like 300 quid before the season.
How the mighty have fallen.
Mental. You just can't get a look in. Cannot get a look in.
I don't think I can play any more teams. I'm kind of at my wit's end. I'm not playing the Seagrists. I'm not fucking about with that. I don't think.
Fair.
Unless I've got a spot. And if I just got a fresh team to put them in, I'll do that. I'm not upgrading them. Yes, yeah, I've got a spot from. Got this Marrero guy as well, the Sociedad keeper. He might play. It's expected to play, but I don't know why people think he's going to play. He's under 23. It's against Real Madrid. Probably gets pumped anyway, you know.
Probably gets pumped. Realistically, doesn't he?
Yeah. I think so anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I make any moves here.
I'm so tempted to buy and I was saying, Harry, before you had to cut out on us, I don't know if you heard it, but I was really tempted to buy a gold on the funny versions because he's not going to play. So I thought maybe he doesn't have much of a premium because you won't be able to use him in the specials because he's injured. But that wasn't really the case. He still had a premium because of the market promotion, obviously.
Yeah.
But then that led me to thinking, and I kind of shared it on the stream already. So for everyone that's listening, sorry for the repetition, but I'm probably going to buy a bunch of these cards, but after the competition is done, you know.
Yeah, I get that.
Secondary market, people that craft them and shit, people that win them, and just get them at that point.
Yeah, I mean, they'll definitely come. Well, I say that. Will they? They will come down. It's just how much do they come down? I guess.
Yeah, they're still in season, obviously, so they're not going to fall off a cliff. But
true.
It's just that, you know, primary market premium, and then when people craft them or win them, they want to sell for a few quid, so they hold the market high, you know. But once that
Exactly.
demand fizzles out, maybe you get them a bit more reasonable-ish. Special edition, you do expect to pay a wee bit more than standard edition. I'm all right with that. But yeah, like 100 quid for injured gold, I'm all right. I'll wait until he's fit before thinking about that pricing, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder with those ones because you can't play him right now. It's like, would people sell him on the cheap really if they've bought him for that type of thing? You know, that's where I'm a bit like, I don't know.
If you craft it, you're just like, oh, what did
If
they
you
go
craft
for?
it, and you're willing to just part ways with it for cheap, then yeah, fair. I get that. Yeah. I'm just gonna buy this. I'm gonna buy someone.
Who are you going for, Harry? Shows your screen.
Is it-
Shows what you're up to.
Right there, I need to get my. I've already got him. Like I have his in-season card, and he's probably not going to do anything. But he's a rookie, and he's obviously special. Yeah, it's that Lazar Stefanovic. He plays for Toronto. He's not great. He's only 7. Like he's really young, but he should be playing on the weekend. I'll show you on my screen now. But he might help a collection bonus actually. Just coming to think of it, because like that'll really boost or should boost.
Rookie and special ed.
And I bought him from
primary.
No, I don't think it has. It's probably because I have special. Oh, you don't get both, do you? Oh, that's a piss take. Fuck off.
Oh, is rookie not a separate? Rookie is special ed, isn't it itself?
Yeah. So I have his rookie
points.
and I have his special ed, but you don't get like double bubble. Well, that's annoying.
Yeah, that's a wee kick in the balls.
Okay. That's okay. Not 2 copies of him now.
10 minutes to the deadline, everyone. Hit the like button.
We'll throw him in. But yeah, this is what I've got going on. Oh, he's fucking Toronto. It's not even West Coast. A fucking clown. I can't play him.
I feel stupid. Is Toronto not on the West?
I'm a clown. I guess I can play him midweek, but still.
Am I tripping? I could have swore Toronto was... Oh, it's Vancouver. It's on the West, isn't it?
Yeah.
I need to look at a map.
I'm a fucking clown. Boxall. Yeah, let me have a look at Boxall. Big Michael Box.
Of course, yeah. Toronto's, east. I don't know why I thought it was west.
34 squidlies. Having a giraffe.
I don't know why, but I knew Vancouver was east. Pardon me, west. But I thought there was another big Canadian city on that side of the land. But there's none. It is Vancouver. And then that's kind of it.
Well, that means I have to play midweek now.
Oh, gutted.
Also, they stole my last man tackle from my fucking Korean guy. What's going on?
Oh, I hate when they do that.
I was sick, though.
Losing those types of stats is always a kick in the balls.
Let's see if he's Jeju. Let's have a look. Oh, you don't even get stats, do you? I'm done with the K-League.
Do you know what I keep remembering? I keep forgetting, and then the chat need to remind me we're doing lineup building. But on Sorare data, every K-League guy gets clean sheet bonus.
Yeah, I know. They don't remove it because,
it's fucking wild.
I know. Do you know what I'm going to do? I've got an all-star team that I'm going to actually get rid of. Ooh. I'm going to save it because I just got 3 Essens from the rare, from that buying that card then.
Mm-hmm.
And if my guy doesn't get the last man tackle, then I'll make 7 Essens. I'll be able to do a little arena after the deadline.
Nice. Yeah. Arena up after the deadline.
Yeah.
Nice move, Harry.
I'm an idiot sandwich.
Banter. 8 minutes to the deadline, guys. We need the likes up. We need to get to 88. Come on. Is Winnipeg a big city? That's definitely not what I was thinking about. I definitely thought Vancouver, and for a minute there, another city. I'd have said Toronto if you made me pick. We're like close to each other on that side of Canada.
I need to get my my MLS team in, Quinny. Have you got yours in?
MLS? Aye, done my MLS teams, yeah.
No, for the common thing.
Nah. What's going on with comments?
Have you seen the rewards? Better
No.
than limited.
Oh, fuck off. Don't do this.
Yeah, that's fair.
I've not
Like
got any
200
MLS commons. Common MLS.
Yeah.
When the fuck
No,
did that happen?
You're giving away 2,000 credits.
What?
Yep. I haven't
Get
put
that
mine in
quiet.
either. Tier 1 for first as well.
Is it common packs or is it common?
Yeah, there's common packs.
Oh, fuck. Look at any. Where do you
Play my
find it?
big
Just in
Stephens
MLS?
right here. Yeah.
Let's have a peek. 7 minutes to deadline. A wee bit of deadline drama. Oh, yeah, common. Oof, jumping jimmies. That's not bad.
I don't think I have
And
enough.
cards. There's cards in it as well.
They've literally not said anything about it either, really. But it exists.
Oh, you can play
So-
rares and stuff. I'll put a team in it, no bother. I'm not getting common cards to use, but I've got cards to use.
Oh, I've got a Bamba. Woohoo! Common
I'll get
Bamba,
XP.
baby.
Oh, I'll get XP bonus on that. Aye, fuck your commons.
I'm only using one common, though, I think.
And then up front, who's the... Yeah, it's a bada that's lying around spare. I'll show you my common team. This is kind of one of... I haven't even done these. You know, I normally do like training MLS teams or whatever. I'm not even done them. I could not be gassed, but it's essentially what I'm managing to put together for this. I've got Bada versus Amundsen. That's not... I don't normally care, but it's a wee bit off-putting. I don't have any other forwards. Is there anyone other than Amundsen I could use? Aye, I think I'll just slide that Johnny Shore in there. Screw it.
Can't believe I absolutely...
Oh, you've entered 0 in-season bonus. Oh, so you can't use classics.
No, you need in season. You can use one.
Where's my unlimited in-season team? So that's probably better put. All right, let's do that. I'm playing common over limited now with in-season cards. How crazy is this?
That's hilarious. That's where the game's gone.
Oh, what the hell? Ah, yeah, not that common. There's 2 common modes, by the way. In-season
there is.
classic.
Oh, okay.
So watch out for that.
Yeah.
You need 5 in-seasons, do you?
No, I got 4 done.
Oh, 4.
Minimum. Yeah.
Right, okay, so I can squeeze Martins in there then. Hack.
Is this guy going to play, lads?
Ooh.
Big Julio. Is Big Julio going to play?
I managed to get an NYC stack into it. Limited goalkeeper. Rares. And it caught. What's becoming of us, Harry?
No. Shocking, mate. Shockings.
Would I be tempted to buy anything? What are we doing, man? Well, I've just seen Kai Wagner's getting an illustrated edition. I didn't see that before.
Yeah.
I think Diego Rossi, see, we were talking about Suarez and Messi earlier. It was Diego Rossi's card. I thought that's the sort of card you're after in terms of pose and stuff like that.
Yeah, the Rossi one's nice.
Manager
Right, is this guy going to play? Big Tim.
Never heard of him, so I've got no idea, man. I'm sorry.
Let's have a look.
Oh, deadline drama indeed.
Big Timothy. No. I'm over it. Whatever happens, happens.
No, I don't need to buy any more MIC cards. They're not special. No, don't do it. I'm fine. I'm fine.
I'm done.
We've not even been through teams. Yeah, we've kind of seen bits and bobs of yours. I think we've seen like one of mine. Deega's got Tim at 60%, Harry boy.
I'm Vines till I die. I'll just see what happens. Last man tackle off the bench.
Go for it.
Why not? I've got a fun little freestyle team in Super. Have a look at this. Wagner, Big Harris, Maxime, Tadic, and Shambo.
Oh, that is fun, mate. Why Harris captain? But what's the fixture like for him? Super good.
He's playing against Maxime.
I love that.
Maxime team's rubbish.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
Harris is the boy.
I didn't even think about super rare freestyle. I should have probably done that. All my pain in the ass goalkeepers.
2 little arenas. And then MLS, I'm gutted. Navarro can't play. Absolutely gutted. Well, on to not play for now. Up the common mode.
Up the commons.
These are my good 2 champion seasons, D1s.
Oh, nice.
I bought a Zakanye. I bought a Edu Esposito or Exposito.
Yeah. You've been doing all right.
Yeah. Second team obviously dies if Dimitrievski doesn't play, but see what happens there. This is if Livakovic plays. I should have won all Charles Super in season last week.
Oh, really?
I finished just outside of the cash in the end because I captained Eunice Atgun and Tadic scored 100 and I had him in my other lineup. And I was had I played Tad, I know it's easy to say, but I had everything else right. Like Egeli and Hoiberg played on Friday, both scored like 88 and 92, like not even with Super bonus. It was like I had it made. And then to be fair, Livakovic did lose the clean sheet in the 94th minute, but had I played Tadic, it wouldn't have actually mattered in the end, which is just so annoying. But yeah, a couple of challenges. Okay. This is the main under 23 side. Hoping Yamal can do the business. A couple of aways mine for me.
Suzuki to Freiburg, happy with that?
Yeah. And then Kohlert's come in for Suzuki. Big Matt.
Wow.
Yeah. Signed today. And like picture came out.
That'd be good for him. He should score more.
I know. He should do a bit better, shouldn't he, really?
Yeah. I would think so.
Yeah. That's just all-star. But yeah, I think we're locked in, mate.
We are locked in. I'll give you a wee glance over the pain I'm about to suffer this game week, but these are the 2 freestyle things I threw together. Like, it was just literally who was left. Click, click, click.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did one that was all Celtic for fun, right? But like, that's probably going to die and whatever. Super Rare La Liga, I've got like a Girona team with that João Carlos playing in goals, so let's just hope it's not that bad. This is a team I kind of put all my effort into, but Dimitrievski, Mingueza, Rodrigo Riquelme, Nicolas Pepe on the wing, Siganikov. Hopefully, it's
good team.
Super Rare, yeah. Goalkeeper, I'm dicey on here, but I put Pepe Rare in here with some nailed-on in-season outfielders, essentially. It's only D2, so I didn't want to put all my eggs in that basket. I went for Champ D1 instead, but here's MLS first. I still don't get that ordering why MLS is after, it's before Champ, in the...
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
It always does my nutting. But anyway, look at I've got 2 D1s, Harry, in season, and I like both of them. I know NYC are playing Chicago and whatever, but 2 D1 in seasons is a bit of fun. And then I've got a D2 with the New York like dregs. Classics, I've got 2 D1s and a D2 as well. full New York, and then a kind of Seattle thing with Bamba, and then best of the rest in D2. And then thanks to you, I've taken this out of limited and put it into common. So let's hope that worked out for the better. Bakrar probably from the bench. Ojeda's projected to play, so I made him captain, and the rest of the guys are meh. They could be all right. I went D1 and champ with Rafinha captain. Caicedo should get like triple in the first 10 minutes. And then Guardiola, De Bruyne, Musso's probably going to play. The thing with Oblak as well is he has won the Zamora trophy, but if he played and conceded, like, I can't remember how many goals, and Courtois plays and gets a clean sheet, he would lose it. So if he doesn't play, he's guaranteed like the Spain Golden Glove for like the 5th time or something.
Got you.
So I think that's quite nailed it, that Musso's in kind of thing. Super rare teams with dodgy goalkeepers. Wish me luck. But yeah, that D1 in season, I'm quite hopeful for that actually. These 3, fuck knows what's happening with the goalkeepers. like that's, you know, like whatever. Let's see how it shakes. Contender. This is all I've got for Contender.
Wow.
Went from playing rare in-season classic, limited in-season classic with rares to this.
You haven't really got like a super a summer setup as such.
Nah, just bits I've been picking up or winning, you know, here and there. So I put the main onus on classic because I thought Shaq and some of the other guys could pop a bit harder, whereas like the in-season guys that I've got, I'm like, I don't really fancy them too much. 2 D1s, so let's see what happens. Under 23 D1, taking a risk with O'Reilly. And otherwise, like I don't think there's great games here for the most part, but stick them together, see what happens.
Yeah, why not?
And then this is All-Star. The first team I built, I've got Captain Larson. Rakitic, it's his last game of his career. He's retiring after the weekend. Hadrick are going for the title, blah, blah, blah. Then the Liverpool pair with Sean John. And then Barraza with loose ends, bits and bobs. You know, so 23 teams. I don't think any of them have a known DNP goalkeeper, but I'm sure I'm going to get some DNP goalkeepers, whether I like it or not. It's really MLS for me. Anything else, that one champ team that's got like Musso in it, fine. But otherwise, everything else, I'm not going to be that upset if it DNPs or kills us or lets us down or anything like that. But we're all promoted into the weekend.
Are you streaking on MLS or no?
No, mate. I've got this nasty habit. See, because I've got freeze in season and classic. Whenever I've played classic freeze, I hit the criteria. You know.
So when you play the in season, you don't.
Yeah, so well, the end season freeze is honestly that team always scores like 330, and then my classic goalkeeper team will do like 400, no bother, you know.
Yeah.
So I've really been wrestling with, do I buy a second in season goalkeeper, namely a freeze, but he's not cheap, and if I go and get another guy, you know, that'll just be the problem. Yeah, it'll just be like he does well and he doesn't do well and whatever. So no, I've not managed to get streaking yet, man. Sadly, but. We're cheering sort of like Skylinks.
Yeah, who is it? Yeah, he's on a 5, isn't he?
Yeah, so good luck to you. What about you, Harry? Are you streaking still? I know you're in the Masters.
Yeah, I'm on my 2nd for both this weekend. Nothing crazy though. I nearly hit the 3rd that week that you needed it for the Masters in limited. I didn't hit it in the end. So yeah, no,
you did.
Just on my. No, I didn't get into Masters.
I thought you did. I don't know why. Oh, apologies, mate. Well, at least you're streaking again.
It was that midweek one there where you had the chance to and. It was like Aaron Herrera smashed, Barraza smashed, and then I had Shambo captain and away to Montreal, and he just didn't do very like 10 AA. So, yeah, I narrowly missed out, unfortunately. But yeah, hoping get back on the bandwagon now. Hopefully, get to 5 at some point. But yeah, exciting times.
Fingers crossed, mate. Good luck to everyone this game week. Thanks for joining us, and yeah, have a great weekend. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks again, Harry.
All the best.
Satara.